Hello, my name is Anya, and today we're going to add SendGrid integration to our Bubble application. We want to connect our application with SendGrid. So I'm going to go over here to our Plugins tab and add in the SendGrid plugin by Copilot. It's completely free and just takes one click to install. Now that I have it installed, you can see that over here I need to add in an API key. To do this, I need to create an account with SendGrid, which I already have. Now that I'm logged in, I can go to Settings and then API keys. I currently don't have any, but I could go ahead and create one. I'm going to make this a full access API key. I'm just going to call it Bubble Test. Now they're only going to show you the API key once, so I need to make sure that I have copied it to my clipboard, and then I can click Done. Now that I have the key copied, I can just paste it right into this API key section on SendGrid. Now let's look at the UI I set up. I currently have an email and password field and then a submit button. So on the submit button, let's just sign the user up. I have a more in-depth video on how to do this on my channel, but right now I'm just going to breeze through it. So now that I've signed the user up, I want to send them some sort of email. So I can go to the emails tab and we see these are the options pre-built with Bubble. Instead, I want to go to plugins so I can get the actions that come with the SendGrid plugin. We can see those over here. So I'm just going to select send an email. Now let's look at this. It's asking me for a template, and then the email address it's from, the email address it's to, and then some additional things with attachment, then also a date. So I want this to be sent right away, so I'm going to put current date / time, and then I want it to be sent from, and then we can have it sent to the current user, because the user has just signed up, so then we want to send it to the current user's email. Now here it says template ID. In order for SendGrid to know what email you want to send, we need to actually add in a template. So I've already created one. It's pretty self-explanatory, the process of doing so, but let's just check out this template that I made. And this is just how it looks. It just says, thank you for signing up, and then click here to access the course content. So this is an email as if you have enrolled for a course. Now, if I look over here, we can see that I have this template ID option. So over here, I'm just going to paste that right in there. I can set the subject equal to thanks for enrolling from Anya, and all of this is good. So let's try this out. I'm going to create a new account, put in a password, and then we can look at this step by step, and I'll click submit. It's going to sign the user up. We are familiar with that process. And right now it's loading, but it is sending it to the current user's email, which is what we just inputted, and then it's sending our template to that. We see it execute, and let's check my Gmail. And we can see that I just got the email. Now I set up this link. I'm just trying to show you what SendGrid can do, and it takes us directly to this link for my new free 0 to 1 Bubble.io course. So the link is in the description box below, and check it out. Back to this, that was one use case, and let's try something else. Let's say I want to be able to send an email to all of the users in the application. And I want whatever's in this multi-line input to be the body of the email. So in that case, let's just add a multi-line input and then a button to send an email. On that button, we are going to have the same sort of workflow. We want to send an email. But the template that we are going to choose this time is actually going to be this mass email template. If we look at this, we can see all it has is a text, and I have this really weird sort of body going on. What this is doing is this is actually a placeholder. This From Bubble, I tell SendGrid that body is actually equal to the multi-line inputs value, and then it finds that over here and it's able to change it, but it needs to be in this sort of format. Let me show you how to do that. First, I'm going to go here and copy over our template ID. And then we can look down here to substitution tags. From there, I can say body is 1, and I'm going to just substitute that with the multi-line inputs value. I'm going to set up the other things from Aanya, for anyas@gmail.com, and for the 2 email addresses, we can actually see it is minimum 1 recipient, so we could send it to more people. So we just want to send it to all of the users in the database. And then we want to extract each item's email and then separate it by a comma. If we look at the documentation over here, we can see that we need a comma-separated list of email addresses, and this is exactly how we do that. Here, it's just attachment information. None of that particularly matters right now, and then I'm going to set the schedule date to a current date and time. Let's try this out. I'm just going to copy paste this a bunch of times because it's what's in my clipboard, and then we can click send email. Send an email, and then it searches for users, it returns 3, it grabs each item's email, and then it splits it by a comma. So we see this email, comma, this email, comma. Now let's check my inbox. And we can see that right here I have an email, and this text is equal to what I put over here. And we don't see that body anywhere. It's just been substituted. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you for watching, and check out my free 0 to 1 bubble.io course in the description box below.